People say they do things and they don't do things. You're right. So we're on the air now. Pete, could you describe to me what life was like around Clondrohid when you were growing up?
I could. Well, it's much different than it is today anyway.
Yeah.
I'd say there are better times today.
Yeah.
People are better off.
Yeah.
They all have cars. Young people have a better time than I saw.
Yeah.
Because that time we had plenty of work, little money, but good fun.
When you mention work there, Pete, what were your first jobs in work? Where did you go working to?
Well, the first place I went to work was to Father OSullivan in Clondrohid.
Yeah.
Michael OSullivan.
Could you describe, he was a character, was he?
He was a tall character of a man, yeah. Parish priest.
Yeah.
I was 2 years with him.
Yeah.
Once from 12 to 14 years of age, and I finished school.
Yeah.
Doing jobs, bringing him the paper, ringing the bell, funerals.
Yeah. And was that the Father OSullivan that came in contact with Jerry Owen's cow?
That's your man. Jerry Owen's cow, yeah. He's your man.
Could you tell us a bit about Jerry Owen's cow and Father OSullivan? She drank the holy water and
She did. Jerry Owen's cow ran around the village. Anywhere she get a nice gate open, or a nice flowers on her lawn, she just spotted him. She had a way of spotting him that no one knew.
Yeah.
But she broke Father OSullivan's hat.
Yeah.
She's going in the gate and into the chapel yard and eating all the grass and the flowers, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
But he was a terrible witty man. But one day she got into the church itself.
Yeah.
And he had a half bottle of holy water.
Yeah.
And she drank the holy water.
Good. Was he cross?
He wasn't. He was cross, but he as I say, he was humorous, and everyone got a laugh from him.
Yeah.
But I was over at the gate one day, and there was, I think it was after Mass or a funeral, I don't know which. He was a big tall man. But he came out to the chapel yard and he had his stick and he's driving out Jerry's cow.
Yeah.
And there was a crowd of men standing outside, as usual, they're outside the church gate. And Father O said, he gave a look at the men and he said, well, you know, he said, I often had priesthood power.
Yeah.
I was always taught it. But the unbeliever would do it, he said, I haven't. Because if I had power, he said, I'd put her down to the ground. Yeah.
There was a lot of characters in the village that time, wasn't there?
There was.
Yeah. Would you say that we haven't those characters that today? That
No.
Yeah.
You haven't them anywhere.
Yeah.
You haven't them in Macroom town, you had them as well, and in every town.
Yeah.
And every parish posted their own characters.
Mm-hmm.
Harmless, witty, and always doing something that kept the people laughing that night. Or you had Jerry Minan and you had Goff and these people. Kilrain and Stanley Han and Tiglins got be with him. They're dead. Lot of them, but they were great characters.
They were great poets too, a lot of them.
They were, yeah. You had the Skilligliss and who had different.
Yeah.
Skilligliss had come on before Lent. And both boys and girls going together.
Yeah.
Very well put together, you know.
No, yeah. Right, you finished in with Father OSullivan, and where did you go to next?
I came back here then next door at Carers.
Yeah.
There were 8 or 10 fellas working there.
Yeah.
And maybe 20 lads out Larry's.
Mm-hmm. And what were you do? What was your work?
Working the egg store.
Yeah. Was there
eggs were being exported at it.
Yeah.
By Larry's and Evans and by Carers. Eggs was a big thing in the country.
Being exported.
Yeah, they're all exported.
Yeah. And the eggs, of course, were very important to the locality, weren't they? To the farmers and to the
They were to both. They were handy money to the farmer every week, farmer's wife.
Yeah. And
they were a great general kind of a business.
And you saw people coming with boxes of eggs.
I did.
Yeah. And in exchange, then they usually took the tea and the sugar where they sold the eggs.
Well, they might. That's at the local shop.
Yeah.
But Carers and Larry's and those, they had to go further afield. They had to go into Kerry and to North Cork, and you wouldn't get enough in the local supply for export at all, you know.
Yeah. And you have no idea what price were the eggs that time per dozen around that time?
Well, I remember them around a shilling anyway.
Yeah.
That'd be 5p now, like.
Yeah.
5p, from a shilling to 3 shillings would be the most, or 3 and 6, all money.
Yeah. And would you say that things were that people were thriftier that time?
They were. They had to be.
Yeah.
They had to be.
Yeah.
You had to count the pennies at him.
Yeah.
and the shillings.
Yeah.
And people were thriftier, and they respected money more.
Yeah.
There was a way more respect for money, because it had to be hard-earned. And no men, people enjoyed themselves, but they didn't try and throw away foolishly.
Yeah.
You know.
Was immigration, was it prominent at that particular time now that you're referring to? Were people going to England that time?
They were in the time of the war and later, the early 40s.
Yeah.
There were a lot of local people in England.
Yeah. Was there a great sadness when people were going?
There wasn't, because it looked like more of an adventure, and the few fellas that were gone, some of them had come back with great stories of great money and good jobs, and the local boys, a lot of them, a terrible lot of them that are around locally now went, but they came back again.
They came back.
There was all right.
Can you remember, we'll say, Christmas at that time, when they'd all come home for Christmas and they had beautiful clothes?
Oh yes, that's right, that's right.
And
they'd buy the drink in the bar, yeah. You know, but they'd flash it around a bit to impress the local.
Yeah.
You would dress well when you come home, and you had a slight bit of an English accent, and you had English money.
But they changed completely, didn't they? They changed from once they left. The change was dramatic, you know, in their presentation, their clothes, people, you know, they were...
Oh yes. Oh God,
they were flashy people.
They were, yeah.
An amazing change. The education process couldn't change them as fast, like.
It attracted the awful at home when he saw them.
Yeah.
By God, I'm going there. Do you know what I mean? That.
Yeah.
Whether it was,
Now, Pete, were you living in a cottage? In a cottage at the time? Were you living? Was this your home?
I was living here, That's
Could you describe? Did you keep a cow?
No.
And you just tilled the acre?
Yeah, that's all.
Everything for the house was produced?
Yeah, grow a few potatoes all the time, yeah. Somebody ploughed a garden, God be with any Lucy, or some neighbour.
Yeah.
Plough ridges or flat ridges later. And you would always have... You had to, like, everyone did it.
Yeah. But,
have a good bit of cabbage.
There was plenty potatoes and plenty cabbage.
There was. Well, every farmer grew that.
Yeah.
They did.
But getting back again to the village, we'll say to Father OSullivan and to Jerry Moynihan and to Kilrain, were they hard drinking people?
No. They did enjoy their few drinks and a good sing song, as you spoke of Dan Murphy now. Kilrain and these. They did at the local in the village. They had many good happy nights there, because people made their own fun. You had nothing to look at in television, or you had no radio, so you had the local good conversation by night and a good sing song. And at Christmas and these times, they were very happy times. Once if I had a few bob at all, you know.
Were people very close that time?
They were very close that time. Oh, a lot more. You knew about your neighbour that time, like, and if he was sick, you know, you were at his house. But nowadays, somebody could be in hospital next door and you don't know. They're passing by in cars and you don't meet anybody. And then the mills, to see, they'd come by to cut the corn together. They'd grind the hay together. And a crowd would go to you know, they were that.
So the thrashings were the high point of the year?
They were.
Were you ever with a thrashing set?
Working with one?
Yeah.
No, but I was at several thrashings,
And did you cattle to the fair that time? You went to the fair?
I did. I did.
What was a fair day like?
A fair day that time was a long, dreary day, especially in the winter, because the people that time were up early. They were up at 3:30 and 4 o'clock, and they walked cattle, maybe sometimes young cattle, that would break away over a fence or a gap. It was hard, didn't it? Because you'd go out to farmer, then maybe, and you would stand in the cold and the wet, in Macromer in the muck, from early morning, and you'll be looking for a bite to eat sometime. But I think
they were hard times.
They were hard times. And then if a farmer didn't sell, they were brought back the same way, which was tough for you.
Now, Pete, you loved drama and you loved plays. Could you tell us a bit about the plays that were in the 50s in Clondrohid? We'll say the Down Express.
Oh yeah.
Were you actually acting in the Down Express?
Yeah, I was. The first thing we got a drama was when Father O'Brien came here as a curate. In 1946. And he was the longest curate ever in Clondrohid. He was here 10 years.
Yeah.
But he was young that time, I'd say about 25, 26, and he organised the Stone Express to rid my Herlihy. And there was much trouble at all in getting talent in Clondrohid.
Yeah.
And it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. I'm not saying that now because I'm a Clondrohid man, but there is wakes of talent there.
Yeah.
And 'twas there that time.
Yeah.
But
and who was with you in that play at the time?
oh, you had got to be with Ginny Redden.
Yes.
And Jack Redden, this could have gone.
Yeah.
Jerry Murphy, Jerry Fox.
Yeah.
He'd been Matty Fox's brother. He worked at Buckley Carney's.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Mang, you know, Martha Kingston, Margaret Shade Herlihy, Michael O'Connor came about.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
were you involved in many plays then?
We were. We did several of them. We did Paul Twining, and we did A Will and a Woman, the Down Express. Yeah. And I was there.
Billy Shea was Billy.
Billy was the character, yeah.
Yeah.
Billy was in several plays.
I think you told me one time about Billy and a stage play where Billy went completely out of line and jumped over doing a horse scene.
No, I think that Billy now, and Dinny Connors, he'd be Dinny Connors just for gone. He was brother of Judges.
Yeah.
But we had a van at him and we have travelled out different places with our play.
Yeah.
Have our posters up and
Yes, yeah.
the crowds that come, they don't know where to go.
Yeah.
But this was somewhere out in the market, I remember this night. And we had what you call a western show before the play with cowboys and this horse from Dublin. The head, you know, the head and the leg.
Yeah.
And two fellas had been inside in that.
Yeah.
One fellow in front with the head in the head and the other at the back.
Yeah.
But Dinny Connors anyway, before the play, we used to go out and have a drink somewhere in the local pub.
Yeah.
But Dinny, I'd say, had a few extra, and the fellow with him. But they were in the horse that night. And when all the people in the hall was packed, big crowd, we got a good laugh for it. But the horse came out anyway and he ran around the stage. And Dinny Red was on him. And he had his banjo and it looked very well and the cowboys all singing.
Yeah.
But the bloody horse threw jump off the stage and down into the crowd. The two lads bundled up inside him.
Yeah.
But we kept the show going on the stage.
Yeah.
And the crowd took no notice in the world of what happened.
That was
because it was we couldn't keep in the laughing. They thought it was part of the...
Getting back to that whole drama scene again, had you great unity and you got great satisfaction, I suppose, as a group of people?
Great altogether.
Yeah.
Great altogether.
Yeah.
And you see, we weren't in the play for profit or anything.
Yeah.
Even that we travelled out and all, the prices were small.
Yeah.
And you had a few drinks and you had a good laugh at the boys and we look forward to going somewhere next night, yeah. But plays are a very good thing, as you know, drama for young people. They're a great entertainment. They are, yeah. And you see, there's no problem in getting talent here if we wanted to harness it.
No,
because later when Father Barry ran the carnivals in the village,
yeah.
to see the fancy dress spreads,
Yeah.
to see what people think of,
Yeah.
you know, local people, the humour of it,
Yeah.
and the enjoyment of it. You know, it is there. Even Father Barry said, God be with him, twas there. You know.
Another aspect I'll turn to there on Peter, Johnny Creeden Mullenroe, you know, people say that he has, is it 2 All-Irelands he has?
Yeah.
But was he the greatest ball player you ever saw in action?
Oh, he was. Well, I don't know. Johnny Creeden was a great player because I know a lot about bowling, like to all bowling. Like. He was a great player and he played for the honour of the game.
Yeah.
Money wasn't his object.
Yeah.
He wanted honour and he wanted to be number one.
Yeah.
He was highly temperamental and but I don't like making comparisons. I know he was good, but I think Tyglin, God be with him, was the best bowler I saw.
You remember Tyglin?
I do.
Yeah. Can you remember any one of his particular scores?
I can. Several of them up the Mystery Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyglin was a great player.
Yeah.
He was.
Where would they start in the Mill Street Road below it?
Parkview.
Parkview
Yeah.
and go right up to
Carriganea.
Carriganea.
Yeah.
They were longer scores that time, were
They were longer and tougher because it was an uphill score. And several of them were played. I remember some of them scored in the Mystery Rugby what was had.
Yeah.
Drop rod bowling.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember one particular score which is quite true. And if you know anything about bowling, someday we're going to town, have one look at it. I'm telling you the truth now.
Yeah.
Got to be with Teddy Murphy from Barris Place. Teddy Murphy.
Yeah.
John Murphy's son. He started the score with Connolly, Jerry Lucy Barraboda at Parkview.
Yeah.
And he had a rough road. And he threw his first shot at Parkview, and he was in clean sight at Teddy Murphy's in 3 shots.
Yeah, that was good.
Huh? You can have a look at road sometime.
Yeah.
You know, think it over. Yeah. Yeah, that was good that time.
The road here in front of the house, you can remember that road being widened across.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. You can remember the crusher, and there was crushed stones, I remember.
That's right.
And they drew from the area. Can you remember the Mill Street? You can remember the Mill Street road being tarred, so.
I can, yeah. I can, because the local characters that we had here,
yeah.
all them boys were breaking stones in the Mystery Road. Dan Murphy and Ty Glynns and Dan Lehan. Yeah. And there was great yarns. Yeah. You see, you got your ton of stones. Yeah. It was measured with a timber.
Yeah.
Hopper like,
and
they were put in front of you, and you got so much to break that heat with a hammer out of it.
Very little, of course.
Very little, but hard work.
Yeah.
But Dan Murphy hadn't the sight too good, and he was half his heap, and he break away the poor man, trying to make the porter money.
Yeah.
But Tig would be further down, Tig Lynch at another heap, and he was wearing a long raincoat, and when Tig come on an awful hard green stone, he slipped in another raincoat, and he got back chatting with Dan about something local. Yeah. And Dan would say, Tig is a very nice one, he'd ask him to talk to. But Tig slipped the green stone from under the coat into Dan's seat.
You didn't work on the Mill Street Road?
No.
Well, thanks very much, Pete. It was very nice talking to you, and we'll probably meet again in some other discussion someday.
We will, please God.
Yeah. Thanks, Pete.
There's a man here now living near me.
Yeah.
Martin Morrissey next door.
Yeah.
A Limerick city man.
Yeah.
And he's here now in Clondrohid in Clondrohid.
Well,
going to the local for a drink, and you should ask him
we'll have a word with him.
His opinion. Yeah. Will I bring him over?
Yeah. Martin, you're a newcomer to Clondrohid. How long have you been here?
Here about 6 years, but 5-6 years with the house, but I had a mobile home here before that.
Yeah.
When the old house was there, like, you know.
Yeah. But your mother's people
My mother's
from
people.
Clondrohid.
Oh, they did, yeah. Next door here to Pete.
And did you come here on your holidays?
On my holidays, yeah.
You took a liking to the place?
I took a liking to the place. Yeah. Had a grow for it, and that's it. You know.
Is it a big change from the city now?
Well, it is, but it has what I want.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing.
You have more freedom.
More freedom and good neighbours. What more does anybody want then, like, you know? I think that's everything in life.
Yes. Do you find it the country harder to survive in?
No, I think you have everything around you, haven't you? Yeah, that's my belief, you know.
Yeah. And you love your plot of ground.
Oh, without a doubt.
And
that's all I like. I just can't keep it tidy, and that's all that matters to me. You know
what do you think of the social life now in Clondrohid?
Nice, it's friendly, a little bit quieter, but still it's nice. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. You know.
And Martin, it's very nice having you in Clondrohid.
Thank you very much.
I hope we'll have a chat some other day.
Please God.
For a longer time.
Longer time. Thank you.